Few videos back when I was introducing my new golf clubs, the Cobra Fly XL, I made a promise that we would talk about distances. Um, a couple of interesting things to note, and I want to share about this some other time as well. But the distance that I have on my clubs is due to two things. Um, One is the fact that I purchased new clubs, they're modern, and they just plain hit better. Two, however, is actual guidance and coaching provided by a buddy of mine that gained me an extra 20 yards on my 7 iron. It basically taught me how to put power through hip rotation. So if that's you, look forward to it. It'll probably be a couple of weeks before that one comes out, but I do want to share the primary tips that I have received so far. Nonetheless, let's dive in. Today we're talking about club distances, what I can hit. This is basically about just shy of 2 months into my journey. Let's lay some foundation, some background for me so that you know where I'm actually at with my golfing. The first thing to note is I used to caddy when I was little. When I was like maybe 11 to 14 years old, I used to caddy up in Minnesota at White Bear Lake Golf Club and Delwood Golf Club. And I didn't golf much then. It's an expensive sport, at least it definitely was back then. Mom and dad encouraged it. That's where I got those Knight golf clubs, the terrible blades from like 25 years ago. But all I ever did was occasional driving range and I think like two or three different little par threes. So that was it. Um, I learned how to swing a club and I learned it back when I was extremely athletic. So I still actually have a fairly good swing, but I've had some improvements too. So nonetheless, that's my background. I'm currently 2 months into taking up golf as an adult, and it's been an absolute blast. You've been seeing a lot of the journey here on YouTube. So if you haven't, feel free to flip back and watch a couple of those vlogs. I know the first couple of vlogs were in portrait mode. Sorry. What do you do? We're in on the full screen thing now, so you should be good from here out. But nonetheless, distances. What do I get for distance on my clubs? The obvious one, let's start right in the middle there. That 7 iron is 160 yards. I was able to establish that before I even bought these clubs on the TrackMan in the store. So that one is firm and it's proven out to be that way too. Um, just going down the list, I know my driver is 260. Like that one is solid. Anytime that I've hit a really like hit a driver that I was like, there we go. It was anywhere between 257 and 262. It was right on 260 yards. Um, the 3 wood I said is 230. That's a guesstimate. Um, I just hit one today, and what did I hit that one today for? I went out to the I went out to the course, a local executive course, and I hit a 3 wood today for. Let me see here. It says 246. Holy crap! It says 246 today, and back in July at 245. So maybe it's more like 240-ish. I haven't hit my 5 wood on the course, but I guess that 200 plus, that was from a range time. The 4 hybrid, I hit a couple of times, but I couldn't see the distance. That was only at the range. 5 hybrid is another interesting one. The 5 hybrid, I marked it here as 190 to 200. That was because of my time in the range, but we might be able to update that today. Um, I hit it once today and I got like I was flush. That flush was 211. So my 5 hybrid may very well be a bit over the 190 to 200. It might be straight up 200. Which would put an interesting gap in there. I'm not sure exactly how far my 6 iron goes. I have it listed as 175. And like I said, I know for certain that my 7 is 160. My 8 being 150, not certain, but should be about. 9 iron, 130 to 140. Um, I'd say 135. That sounds about right. I should probably edit that to make that a solid 135 9 iron. Pitching wedge at 120 is solid. Approach wedge at 110. I definitely need to get rid of that 100. It is a 110 club. Sand wedge is an 85. And I'm not sure about my 60-degree lob wedge. 70-ish? Not sure. With that said, I've had two separate um, executive courses that I have run 18 holes on, and I've recorded every shot with Golf Pad. So let's take a look at what Golf Pad says. Golf Pad, so it agrees with my driver distance, 255. Like I said, it's if when I get a solid hit. 3 wood, it says 246. Okay. That's incredibly close to my driver. That's a weird number. I don't like seeing those so close. That has to be inaccurate. Either that or I'm leaving a lot on the table with my driver. I might be able to push that better even. 5 wood and 4 hybrid, I haven't hit. Yep. 5 hybrid was 211 today. So the 6 iron, I have it listed at 175. They say 168, but check that out. The current and overall 7 iron, they say 162. So if my 7's 162, there's no chance that my 6 is 157 or 168. That's just weird. 8 iron at 154, that must have been like downwind, got an incredible kick or something, but it's clearly lining up well. 9 iron at 122 or 123, that's incredibly short for the 9. I'm actually curious. I'm going to look over here on my golf pad and I want to see the history. History shows I've had a 131, a 143. Oh, and it's including like a 97 and an 80 something. Oh yeah, it's including old shots from a long time ago. Let's go ahead and remove those. Because that was back when I had a 110-yard 9 iron. Let's just remove any of those like 110-ish hits and see what it says. It still says, yep, with that average. Let's go back to looking at the 9. So today it was a 122. Oh, interesting. I laid off it a couple of times. And it says 126. So 125 to 130, I guess. We'll see. Pitching wedge, 120 yards. That's why it's weird, because if my pitching wedge is 120, which that's what I already knew it to be, and that's what it has proven out to be on the course. If that's the case, the 9 iron has to be at least 130, right? Logic would say. So yeah, that's where we're at. 9 iron, 130, 8 iron, 140, 150, 7 iron, 160, 6 iron, 170, 175. High 5 hybrid, freaking 211. Fun story about that 5 hybrid. Earlier today, I took it off the tee and I couldn't hit it for squat. I just topped the thing. It was a dog leg right. And it rolled up to the red tees. So I just like off the red tee box, I didn't tee it up, just straight off the deck. I used the exact same club and boom, 211 yards. It was flush. I didn't even wait for the thing to, you know how you feel after you top it. So I just, same club in hand, my bag was still back at the first tee. I just walked up to the thing and just line up. Boom. Before it even like hits its apex, I'm already back at the bag grabbing my stuff. I'm like, whatever, it went straight, let's go. I'm done. And it was apparently like one of the best shots of the day. Go figure. But nonetheless, that's what we're looking at. So all told, I think we're pretty accurate in general on my running tally here of what my distances are. I just have to hit that 3 wood, 5 wood, 4 hybrid, and kind of narrow down that 9 iron. I'm still struggling on the distance of 100 yards. What do I hit for 100 yards? Because the approach wedge is not 100 to 110. The approach wedge is 110. Because we had a 90, 99, a 101 pin today, and I overshot the green by 10. Or I shot it under because I laid off. It's weird. So I got to figure out that 100-yard distance. But either way, that's what we're running today. This is 2 months into my golf journey. We'll have to update this in time. Have a great day. Thanks for checking it out.